All right, let's go. This is a little bit of a different episode. We're going to switch it up on you. As Levi by himself. This is Comedy Corner alone episode. We're not going Comedy Corner. We're going just straight conspiracy theory on this one. We're going UAPs, USOs, the earthquake in Russia, all of it tied together. So, see what we got here.
Yeah.
They've tracked that. They've tracked things going 500 knots under the sea.
Yeah, really. Yeah, much faster than any object can actually go undersea. Yo, for sure. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on underwater, and a lot. And there's video of these things coming out of the sky into the water, and also emerging from the water.
Yeah, there's been a ton of these. UAPs, USOs. They've been seen since 1717. Like the first USO, like credible witness story. There's also another one in 1825, which was wild. But look, let's just get some definitions, get some context on here, man. Like a unidentified anomalous phenomena. That's what UAP means. Unidentified submerged object. That's what a USO means, dude. But we're talking about like these vehicles with regard to like zero energy or anti-gravity propulsion, dude. So just so you know, zero gravity propulsion, it challenges our current understanding of physics, particularly with regard to inertia, energy conservation, stuff like that, dude. Conventional underwater vehicles, they're limited by hydrodynamic forces, hydrostatic pressure, energy constraints, but not to say like wild technologies like supercavitation and magnetohydrodynamic drives, MHDs, they represent advanced propulsion. They do not fully explain the extreme characteristics of the UAPs that we're seeing on these videos, the Tic Tac, fill in the blank. But a lot of them, they show instantaneous acceleration, silent hypersonic velocity without signatures. Like there's no sonic boom. The way we understand physics doesn't record how these objects move, is what they're saying. Theoretical concepts like space-time engineering, scalar fields, they offer explanations. But these rely on like the existence of exotic matter or require like immense energy that leave no conventional byproducts. Do you know what I'm saying? Invisible energy paradox. The official investigation of these phenomena by entities like All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, ARROW, if you're in the UFO community, that's what you call them. And consistent reporting of impossible maneuvers across multiple incidents suggests that there is like a potential mastery of physics beyond our current understanding or capabilities. And the origin of these phenomena remain such a subject of debate because we can't prove it. There's nothing you can prove. And a lot of these hypotheses, they range from advanced terrestrial civilizations, like the Solarian hypothesis. Shout out AJ from the Wi Files. He has a great episode about that. It also goes to extraterrestrial or interdimensional origins.
After hovering over the U.S. Army base for some time, the UAP then went out over a body of water, plunged into it, and stayed underwater for close to 17 minutes. And after 17 minutes, it shot out of the water at a 45-degree angle with tremendous velocity and disappeared. Did the UAP go underwater to hide from the U.S. surveillance drone? Or was that part of its mission to survey the underwater area around the military base for further weaponry? Whatever be the case, the U.S. military has no idea what it was.
I don't know about that. Let's watch this other one about anti-gravity before I move on.
Every material on Earth is actually diamagnetic, meaning it slightly repels a magnet. This water gets repelled, and even this wood. Even things like iron that are attracted to a magnet are actually slightly diamagnetic, but their attraction force is just greater than the repelling force. So in my anti-gravity rod here, I have crystals of bismuth, and bismuth is actually the most diamagnetic naturally occurring substance there is, so much so that you can float a magnet in it. So it's repelling the magnet on all sides, causing it to float. So I thought it would be cool today to see how long we could get this magnet to spin under vacuum. Okay, that got it spinning really fast. Still going in there. It seems like it should be able to spin forever, but because of the eddy currents that are generated, it slows it down eventually. has a very slow rotation right now. Oh, it actually turned back the other way. So I think we can say that it's stopped now.
Okay, so that right there is just proof that this anti-gravity technology, it's not even sophisticated. It's literally rudimentary shit, you know? It makes you sort of like want to like think back about alchemy and you know, turning piss into gold, like all that stuff, the Emerald Tablet. You know, maybe we're missing something. Maybe I'm the only guy that doesn't like to drink his own piss. I don't know. I think there's a huge connection between all of this anti-gravity propulsion systems, the fact that we're trying to mine the moon before China. I think there's just a lot of stuff that tries to point me in the direction that aliens aren't aliens. I'm pretty sure aliens are probably demons. Okay, there's a government group that backs this point of view. They're called the Collins Elite. It's a purported secret group within the U.S. government that and this is according to Nick Redfern's book, Final Events. They believe that the UFO phenomenon is not caused by extraterrestrials, but it's a spiritual deception orchestrated by demons and fallen angels, i.e. Nephilim. I love the Nephilim shit. That's my shit, dude. I love it. Group allegedly formed to investigate occult practices that they believe were connected to UFOs. Dude, repeat that to yourself. Occult practices related to UFOs. This is fucking Stranger Things, people. In real life, our government, any major government, has spent money investigating this whole idea. It's wild. One more time. The UFO phenomenon is not caused by extraterrestrials, i.e. aliens, ET, fucking Greys, Nordics, Mantis people, all that shit out the window, but it's a spiritual deception orchestrated by demons and fallen angels. So this group, paid for by the government, Collins Elite. Collins Elite. Just think about the words there, okay? Collins Elite. This group allegedly formed to investigate occult practices that they believed were connected to the UFO sightings. Whoa. They concluded that these rituals may have been opening pathways for malevolent, i.e., evil, bad entities, referred to as non-human entities. Oh, no shit, dude. No shit. The people coming from the other dimension aren't fucking human. No shit. Wow. They're really dropping bombs, dude. Anyway, they use that shit to enter our world. The Collins Elite reportedly believe that these NHE, non-human entities, not to be confused with NPCs, non-penis characters. Look, the Collins Elite thinks that the apocalypse is coming. They think malevolent entities, demons, evil sources of black power, you know, lost energy that didn't get sorted into the right column when they were supposed to leave this world. I don't know what it could just be lifelong bad energy that just keeps, you know, keeps living on, you know, the despair of others. Could be some shit like that. We've all heard about the, you know, moon is actually like a harvest point for human souls. I don't really think I believe any of that shit. I think that's all fucking woo-woo bullshit, dude.
This is where my descent into madness started. It was a video by Barely Sociable on YouTube. He does a big deep dive into this scientist. The scientist who discovered this is Dr. Ning Li.
Okay.
She is a physicist. She's written paper after paper proving confirmed academic sources that they have the ability and the technology to create anti-gravity force fields, ray guns, and force fields.
Wow. So it's like she's not like us, you know?
No, she's very
she just
smart.
made this stuff up. Like she actually like has done the experiments to determine that, at least in theory, this could work.
No, they've created it. The technology working.
She made
proved
a
it.
ray gun? Like
she made a force field generator.
What?
Yeah, and guess what?
The government doesn't want you to see it?
No, she's been missing for 10 years.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you can't tell me that you didn't see that one coming. There's so much there. So much there.
earthquake in Russia had a different fault plan or mechanism that did not generate a large enough of vertical seafloor displacement. Therefore, the resulting tsunami did not have enough of a large enough amplitude as expected originally.
So after watching that video, I gotta play this video.
A devastating July earthquake in Russia's far east may have done more than rattle the ground. Satellite images and Western intelligence now suggesting it could have crippled one of Moscow's most secretive nuclear submarine bases. And if true, it marks a rare blow to Russia's underwater military dominance, delivered not by NATO, but by nature.
All right. So look, I'm trying to draw some kind of I'm trying to put these two in the same circle. Let's just go over the hurricane events in the last couple weeks. 133 hurricanes over 4.5, which when you base it on history in a period like that over the whole earth, it's not that extravagant. But if you do search parameters, the Russian Peninsula, Japan, and then Egypt as your focal points, and it literally is a hotspot. It's no secret that this is supposed to be, where life originated on Earth. This is the Fertile Crescent. This is Northeastern Africa, EMA, which I think they should call it name. That's just way cooler. Northeastern Middle East or whatever. Nema? I don't know. Something there. But anyways, let's just look. This is how I feel about it. The facts are that the 8.8 main shock, 8.8 on the Richter scale, climax of a complex, prolonged seismic sequence. Look, this earthquake was preceded by a 10-day period of foreshocks and then a series of more than 50 events of M50. Like I said, 133 over 4.0. The sequence included a 7.4 earthquake and 3 6.6 earthquakes. So what's 3 6.6s? That's a lot of fucking sixes. That's a lot of fucking demons and devils. Do you see that? You see where I'm going right here already? Okay, critical observation suggests periods of heightened seismic current unrest can precede and signal the potential for a much larger rupture. You got a singular earthquake, you can't predict that. The occurrence of a seismic swarm or a series of significant foreshocks in a high-risk zone provides valuable information for emergency managers and the public about the increased potential for a major event. What that's saying is pay attention to the data, people, okay? The main shock itself originated at a shallow depth, 35 kilometers. It's a shallow reverse faulting event on the subduction zone interface. Okay, what does that mean? According to the USGS modeling, the rupture tore through an area of approximately 300 by 100 miles with a fault slip up to 30 feet. The whole event took like 3.5 minutes to complete. Look, the shallow hypercenter. And look, if you don't know what these terms mean, I don't have enough time in this video to go through them, but just look them up one by one. Just do your due diligence. If you're watching this video, then you like to investigate. So just listen to what I'm telling you and then go do your own due diligence. Vast rupture. That's thought to be the primary mechanism for generating the powerful tsunami and widespread shaking, which really turned out to be a lot less than we thought it was going to be. But look, following the main shock, the USGS released an aftershock forecast for the first 7 days. And everybody knows it's a crucial tool for ongoing risk management. That's how we plan on what we're going to do, to solve the problem, fix it, make sure it never happens again, and provide aid. Listen to these numbers and tell me if you pay money to your government that you would not want them to address this. Please tell me I'm wrong here. Please. Anyone. 2% chance of additional aftershock of a multitude of 8.0 or higher. A 24 chance of an aftershock of the magnitude of 7.0 and higher, and a 96% chance of an aftershock of magnitude of 6. They're literally saying it's 100% that there's going to be another one that's a 6.0 or bigger. Why are we not doing anything about this? And then literally 99% chance of an aftershock with magnitude of 5.0 or higher. Dude, what are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing? Okay, look, these probabilities underscore seismic risk does not end with the main shock, dude. That's not the end of it. It takes you into a prolonged and critical aftershock phase that can continue for fucking months and years, dude. Think about that. Fucking Mother Nature is undefeated, dude. It's just, I got a couple more thoughts, all right? Some of it has to do with like the shallow depth, the vertical displacement of the seafloor. Those variables can cause a megathrust, can displace water with the columns above it. That's the same mechanism which a tsunami is created. All of the symptoms are right there. They're all right there. Resulting tsunami propagated across the Pacific. Why would you not think? What's going to stop it? Hawaii? Anyway, allegedly these things can reach affecting coastlines thousands of kilometers from the epicenter. So this shit can travel. It can go. Obviously, the effects are more severe right in the immediate vicinity of the rupture. You know what I mean? Like right at ground zero. So there's a town in the Kuril Islands, Severo-Kurisk. Had 6-meter waves crashing down. That's 18 feet. 18 plus feet. That's 3 me. No, 6 meters. 6 times 3 is 18. Yeah, that's right. 3 me. It says 20 feet. 20 feet! It's 5 of my sons. Anyway, dude, it wiped out a port, swept away a bunch of structures, dude. Just leaving complete devastation. Knocked out a fish processing plant. That smelled bad later. It evacuated 2,700 people and generated warnings from Japan to Hawaii, U.S. West Coast, Chile, Colombia, I think Ecuador, French Polynesia. All these people were affected by this thing, man. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And then I want to circle back and just put in thought, what if this isn't an earthquake? What if this is something that's being done on purpose? Okay? Think about it. Think about all the UAP activity, all the USO activity. If they're going to hide here, they're going to be somewhere in the ocean. That's the only place. It's the only place. Well, we got just over 1% of the seafloor mapped. We have no idea what's going on in the ocean. We can't even build vehicles that can sustain the pressure to go to the deepest parts of the ocean. So how the fuck do we know what's going on, dude? Do you know what I mean? It's wild. But look, let's try and bring these together. So thinking about the UAP USO probability. Just think about this, all right? One of the most significant consequences of the Kamchatka earthquake was the likely triggering of the Krashenikov volcano eruption. I worked on that a little bit. The volcano, which had been dormant for like literally 600 years or some shit like that, erupted right after the 8.8 went off in Russia. So, what do you think that means? All these things are connected. That's what I think. Like I said, it was dormant for 600 years. It erupted into a plume of volcanic ash that went up 20,000 feet in the air, dude. What are you talking about? 20,000 feet into the atmosphere. The concurrence of these two massive geological events, a megaquake and a volcanic eruption, underscores the complex, interconnected nature of the Earth's tectonic plates. I've been saying that. Okay. The immense release of seismic energy and the associated crustal deformation, that shit can alter the regional stress field, potentially can destabilize a nearby volcano, facilitate an eruption. Look, that event provides a powerful real-world example of how a single seismic hazard can trigger a cascade of secondary geological disasters. Bam! Nailed that one. Any more tongue twisters? It's a line from Billy Madison. You wouldn't know that.